LoreWarrior double feature, LNX-9Q Lynx. Overview. The Blue Shot Weapons Factory on Solaris 7 produced the Lynx Battlemech during the height of the Starleague era, and met its full production capacity right up until the facility was destroyed by Marak raiders in 2928. The Lyran Commonwealth lost its Solaris mech repair facility in the same raid, and House Steiner spent 5 years rebuilding these facilities, but Blue Shot couldn't find the financing needed to rebuild their plant from the ground up. The Inner Sphere would wait for more than a century before the next Lynx would roll off assembly lines from Blue Shot's rebuilt Solaris factory in 3056. Capabilities. Originally designed as a medium fire support mech for the SLDF, the Lynx's weapon and engine offer a desirable combination of good speed and hitting power. The Nissan 275 XL engine allows the Lynx to easily keep pace with other medium mechs used by the House militaries. The impressive array of energy weapons that it carries, including the Defiance ERPPC, gives the mech an unlimited supply of devastating firepower. The weapon's configuration also produces a tremendous amount of heat, which the Lynx compensates for with double heatsinks. 12 tons of Kalon Unity Weave Battlemech armor give it maximum protection for its weight class, and allows the mech to stay in combat longer. Blue Shot installed the Luxor load lifters, which give the mechs a jump length of 150 meters, to give the Lynx better mobility, and allow the pilot to perform the well-known Death from Above maneuver. Deployment. Only 3 units currently field the Lynx: the 1st Lyran Guards, the Davian Heavy Guards, and Storm's Metal Thunder, a mercenary unit working for the Lyran Alliance in the so-called Chaos March. Blue Shot Weapons recently signed a licensing agreement with Telfar Battlemechs, allowing the firm to produce the Lynx at their new factory on the planet Midway in the Draconis Combine, and has announced that the mech will soon be available to all interested parties. Variants. Blue Shot Weapons and Telfar Battlemechs currently offer 2 variants of the Lynx. Blue Shot's variant, designated the 9R, replaces the large laser with a Ramtech 1200X ER large laser in the left arm. The variant from Telfar, known as the 9C, replaces the large laser with 2 Guided Technologies 2nd generation Streak SRM-2 racks, placing one in the head and one in the right torso. The 9C also carries 2 tons of ammo for these SRMs, both variants of the Lynx being expected to reach front lines within the first 6 months. 3058 Upgrade Overview. Originally produced for the first Star League by Blue Shot Weapons on Solaris 7, the LNX-9Q Lynx was rendered an endangered species by the technological decline of the Succession Wars. When Solaris 7 factories were leveled during a raid by House Marak in 2928, the surviving Lynx soon found themselves cannibalized for parts, and the line became extinct. But in 3056, the Lynx would return from the dead when the first of these new machines rolled off the rebuilt Blue Shot line on Solaris. Capabilities. A dedicated striker, the Lynx features a powerful all-energy weapons loadout and ground speed, capable of keeping up with almost any battlemech under 80 ton, with jump capability to negotiate most battlefield obstacles. With 11 tons of armor, the maximum possible for this size, this battlemech can hold its own against comparable clan mechs in the field, a factor that combines with far-reaching attacks, ammo-free payload to make it more favourable for its commanders, and a preferred target for its foes. Deployment. Owing the Blue Shot Weapons' traditionally low rate of production, the Lynx saw only a limited deployment over the first years after its reintroduction. A license agreement with Telfar Battlemechs of Midway in the Draconis Combine, however, has made it possible to boost these production numbers as this mech regained its former popularity. By 3067, both Blue Shot and Telfar are enjoying brisk Lynx sales, and today several of the best-equipped regular and mercenary commands in the Lyran Alliance and the Combine field at least 1 or 2 Lynx. Variants. In production today, and offered by Blue Shot Weapons and Telfar Battlemechs respectively, are the 9R and 9C versions of the Lynx, both of which focus on swapping the right torso large laser for a different system. The 9R replaces this with a Ramtech 1200 ER version and mounts this weapon in the left arm, while the 9C swaps the large laser with a pair of Guided Technologies Streak SRM-2 launchers and 2 tons of ammo. But often overlooked among the Lynx variants is the unofficial low-tech version that debuted as a result of the decline in technology during the Succession Wars. This version mounts a standard engine and single heatsinks, but maintains the same land speed and almost the same armor protection of the original model. To account for the engine weight increase needed to maintain its speed, technicians were forced to remove the jump jets as well as both torso-mounted medium lasers, and downgrade the ERPPC to a standard large laser. Even with the modifications, the so-called 8Q model lost a ton of armour in the conversion and was understandably far less popular than the original design. Notable mech warriors. Lieutenant Jason Bouchard. As part of a strike lance in the 1st Boland Jaegers, Bouchard earned himself a commendation for valour from Margrave Richard Steiner at the Battle of Kavanaugh II during the Fedcom Civil War. Though the commendation came well-earned, Bouchard had personally accounted for 5 kills with his 9R Lynx, including a cataphract from the 42nd Avalon Hussars. Steiner's summary execution of Jaeger's command Megan O'Heron in the face of her calls to seek a ceasefire with Allied forces prompted Bouchard to join the legions of those who defected when the battle turned against the Loyalists. In the wake of the Civil War, Bouchard was allowed to return to his post with a full pardon, but his devotion to the LAAF has been called into question several times. In the fighting between Bolan and Sky forces against the Free Worlds League, Bouchard regained his commander's trust when he and his Lynx covered a fighting withdrawal from Colfax during the League's counterattack, claiming a Cerberus amongst his latest kills. So the Lynx 55-ton chassis is a Ramtech QWT, power plant is a Nissan 275XL with a cruise speed of 54 and a max speed of 86, with jump provided by the Luxor load lifters for 150 metres. Its armour is Calon Unity Weave and it's equipped with a single Defiance 1001 ERPPC, 4 Defiance B3M medium lasers, and a single Defiance B3L large laser. It's manufactured by Blue Shot Weapons and Telfar under license, and its primary factories are located on Solaris 7 and Midway. Its communication system is a Lynx Shure, and its targeting and tracking system is a Cyclops Multitasker 10. Stat-wise, it's exactly the same as the previous mech that we had. It's a 585 with 15 double heatsinks for 30 heat dissipation. It has armour of 9 on the head, as usual, 28 on the CT with 8 on the rear, 20 on the torsos with 6 on the rear, and 18 on the arms and 26 on the legs. It is a... let's face it, it's a bit of an ugly spud, and it has a striking similarity art-wise here, and sort of, maybe just the pose, but it looks very similar to the Nighthawk. It has a single ERPPC in the right arm, the 2 medium lasers in the left arm, with the remaining mediums being split between the left torso and the centre torso, and the large laser being in the right torso. The rest of the jump jets are split amongst the torsos as well. Yeah, it's definitely not a mech that I think is top of the list for a lot of people, and I would say, judging by the 3058 artwork, it's definitely a mech in a dire need of a modern update to make it look a little less, I don't know, top heavy and wide. It's the kind of machine that you could imagine that if this thing was to be placed into any computer game, or as a miniature was made of it, and I'm sure there are miniatures out there, I could probably look them up afterwards on something like Ironwind, I'm sure that they made a much better choice with it, because this thing is... It's difficult to... If this was the image to sell the mech to you, you would go, yeah, I'll just go with like a Shadowhawk or something like that, because, yeah, it's a bit of an ugly spud. It's a very powerful spud, though. It's the fact that, it is all energy, and 30 heat dissipation is very, very good. This is a dangerous mech to come up against at 55 ton. It's, it's pretty good speed. It can keep up with most targets. Jump capable as well. Yeah, it's brutal all round, getting into close range, being able to fire its 4 mediums at you and probably stay far under heat. Just being able to harass you with the ERPPC, constantly being able to change its position. Yeah, definitely a boon for any players that are running this thing, and certainly a pain in the arse for anyone who has to fight it. It's a cool mech in terms of its actual stats and what it's capable of. I'd also like the background with Blue Shot Weapons being this company that perennially seems to struggle to produce mechs in any large numbers, but the caveat is that the mechs they produce are good, so anyone who's buying from them kind of have to grit their teeth and bear it in the universe, this idea of, like, I wish to fucking deliver these mechs, because we cancel the contract, but damn it, the mechs are just too damn good. This and the Star Slayer, it's like, god damn it, these things are... Why can't they produce more mechs quickly enough? I'm sure that's what buyers must be like, especially at the time of the SLDF. So yeah, it's cool. I like the little narrative here with the Blue Shot Weapons group. So yeah, that was the Lynx. I quite like it. Not visually, but I do like the actual design. I'd be interested to see if I'll have to check if this thing has been added to one of those ill-clan recognition guides at this point. If there has, just let us know in the comments. If it has, I'll definitely have a look at it. It'll probably end up in the video here somewhere if it has had an updated video, updated artwork. And that's one of the problems with these, unfortunately. I wish I could have something that's a bit more visual for everybody to see, or more regularly changing images, but some of these mechs, over the years, they've literally had one piece of artwork produced from them. Sometimes it might be the very TRO that I'm reading from. And I'd love to be able to have other things, but outside of commissioning an artist to actually, redesign and make some original art for it, I'm kind of limited on that. So I guess what I'm getting to is that I've been made aware of it in the past that the videos could be a bit boring because there's not much visually going on, and I do apologize for that. But I imagine, for the most part, I'm mainly just making these so while you're driving, you drift off, and it's it just makes driving for you a little bit more exciting in that regard. But yeah, otherwise I've covered everybody. Catch you next time. Bye. Is that a truck?